YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with another TierMaker video. We did another one that was playoff contenders, put each team in different tiers based off their playoff contention for this season. Now we're doing the same thing, but Super Bowl contenders. We'll use every team in this video, put them in different tiers, and we'll break it down. So if you haven't seen the other video, go check it out. Plenty of other videos on the channel. Plenty more to come. Full coverage in the NFL season. We got you covered unlike anyone else here. So you're going to want to subscribe. Follow that Twitter. Constant updates on the NFL. You definitely want to follow that if you're a fan of football here. And we'll live tweet during games. It's a must follow in my opinion. Arguably more content on there than here on the channel, just in text form. We have an Instagram, podcast, Patreon. Patreon has bonus content throughout the season and even throughout draft season, so check that out. Link in the description in the comments for anything that you may need there, including that Twitter link. But again, trying to reach 60K, so appreciate your support. If you can subscribe, if you already subscribed, appreciate you very, very much. Let's move on to this video. So pretty much the same thing as the playoff contending video. We put teams in the tier based on their playoff contention tier, and we're going to do the same thing for Super Bowl, so it's going to look a little different, obviously. We'll go here and break it down. So at the top is elite Super Bowl contenders. They're for sure got a good shot to make it to the Super Bowl there and possibly win it. Contender is a team that can make it to the Super Bowl. They're built to possibly make it to the Super Bowl there. Dark horse. Yeah, they have some. They could be a sneaky team. They have some sort of shot, but they're kind of in the middle there. Long shot, very unlikely probably. And then no is no. But start with the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, I'm going to put in dark horse. Still pretty young, still kind of learning that new offense that was new last year, more of a college offense. I think that, looking at their schedule, pretty easier schedule that could get them in the playoffs. They're a tough game plan team. You see how the league is changing. The league is changing. These dominant offenses, unique offenses that all these old school defensive coordinators just can't figure out because they're all old school defensive coordinators in the NFL still. We're kind of getting new offensive guys in there, but really no new defensive guys in there. And that could be the factor. They could be that explosive, that fast. But obviously it's a little early to call them a Super Bowl contender. They're not really a Super Bowl contender, but I put them on a dark horse. Definitely put them on a dark horse. The Falcons, I will also put under dark horse. They have a little more experience. They have that high explosive offense. But here's the bottom line. If this team, well, first off, I hate their schedule. Their schedule's really hard, so making the playoffs is going to be one thing. Their defense isn't too good, which it is an offensive league, but their defense is too good. But here's the thing. If they were to, let's just say the Falcons end up winning it all, and what we would say they won it all probably because their offense was that good. So their offense has to be that good, better than everyone else pretty much. Better than the Chiefs, better than the Saints, better than the Ravens, Buccaneers, all those teams, Cowboys. It has to be better because we know their defense isn't as good as those teams. So that's kind of why it's a long it's close to a long shot here. But I can't put them on a long shot because they have more talent than that. Ravens are elite Super Bowl contender. They have the well-built roster. They have the impact players in the right spot. They have the game plan factor. It's a team that it's tough to game plan for, but if you do, it's easier said than done that you can game plan correctly and still get beat there. The Bills I'll put under contender. It's tough though. It's hard to see Josh Allen win the Super Bowl, even though I believe in him that he can continue to get better here. But it's such a complete team. The defense is very good. It's a young, improving team. We see them improving every step of the way. So I'll put them under contender, but they're pretty close to dark horse, I'd say. I think it should be an easy task to get in the playoffs. So it's a tough one. Panthers, I'm going to say no. Too young, too fresh. I don't think there's any shot they get to the Super Bowl. Defense will get beat up probably this year. It's the reason they drafted all defense. The Bears I'll put under a long shot. Don't think they have the offense. The idea of Trubisky starting, I don't know if he'll start. I don't think he'll start full year, but they really have no shot if that's the case. But they could put Foles in. But the defense is so good. But this defense alone wins Super Bowls today. It does not in today's NFL. I put on a long shot though, because I like that defense so much, and there's a little hope in there for the offense. The Bengals I'm going to put no. They could be sneaky good this year, but they're not going to win the Super Bowl. The Browns, I'm going to put no for the Browns. The offense could be actually very explosive, very good. They got some playmakers. It is the first year coach. The defense can be pretty bad. I just don't think there's any shot they can I think the ceiling is win a game or two in the playoffs. That's pretty high, but yeah, the Cowboys. This is where, and again, I didn't do this beforehand. I'm doing it right now as I'm recording this video. Cowboys got a really good roster. It's tough for me, and I'm all in on the Cowboys, but they're going to be like up here. It's tough for me to call them an elite Super Bowl contender, even though I really like that team. That offense be that explosive, and they get better with Mike McCarthy in there. The Broncos would be a dark horse. Defense is really good. Offense could be sneaky good. It's hard to see Drew Lock go. Well, we're talking about go to the Super Bowl here. Winning the Super Bowl is another thing. So go to the Super Bowl, yeah, dark horse. Win it, probably be a long shot. The Lions, long shot. If the team could stay healthy and consistent through the stretch of the field, they could be a pretty darn good team. But a lot needs to happen here. So I'm going to put long shot. They're right there with the Bears, I think. The Packers, I'm going to put contender. You got Aaron Rodgers. That defense is really coming together. That a lot of new faces last year, and they're able to be that good. I like the secondary a lot. Secondary is really growing on me, and they have the pass rush. We'll put the Packers under contender. The Texans will put under contender. They have the quarterback in place. Maybe Josh Allen might be odd man out here on this list, but the rest of the team is that good. The rest of the Bills team is probably better than the other teams here. So that's kind of what's different there and what puts them here on the same level, though. Texans have that quarterback in place, but they have playmakers in some good spots, some experience gained too. Yeah, contender. Colts. Ooh, I put the Colts on the same page as the Texans for playoffs. I think it's a long shot though to actually go to the Super Bowl, to stay that consistent. I don't know if this roster is a team to be that consistent in that high of a stage, especially with a first-year quarterback Phillip Rivers. When it could be bad, it could be pretty good. It won't be great. They got some big impact players in some spots, but they're kind of lacking in some spots. They could be a sneaky playoff team, a sneaky team to win a playoff game or two. I don't know if that roster's built enough to go that far, so I'm going to put long shot. The Jags are going to put no. The Chiefs are going to put elite contender. The Raiders, different than the Colts because they're more complete, but I don't know if I see them being, they're similar in a way because I don't see them being consistent enough to get through the playoffs out in the Super Bowl. Long shot though because they have a pretty good team. The Chargers, it's between here. I'll give them the long shot. Like the defense. Defense is well coached. Offense could be sneaky good. I don't expect it to be anything special, but it could be. Rams will put on a dark horse in the same boat as the Cardinals. They got some major impact players, well coached. They have the experience going there. So maybe higher up on this list compared to the other teams. The Dolphins, we're going to go no. The Vikings, oh man, the Vikings are tough. It's contender or dark horse contender because we're talking, can the Vikings get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl? We know they're a team that is going to fight for that playoff spot, and they definitely can win a playoff game. I'm going to put the Vikings under dark horse. When it comes to Super Bowl, it's getting that, winning that many games to playoffs, getting that next spot, it's realistic that they can get to the NFC Championship game. Not saying it's going to happen, but just for some reason from the NFC Championship game, and again, I'm not predicting that, to that next one more spot is that much of a gap for them. So, but they would definitely be up here under dark horse. Patriots put under dark horse. They're going to be at the bottom end though. A lot of new faces, weaker roster than the past, but you got some impact players, and you got Bill Belichick. The Saints, I can't put the Saints on their elites. They're going to be at the higher end here. I do like the Cowboys a lot. They're going to be a higher end here. They're dominant in the regular season, and then when they get to the playoffs, they kind of fold a little bit, and trying to figure out what that is. Well, first, I don't know if the defense plays as good in the playoffs and in the regular season, but I think it's those because it's that same offense we see in the regular season. There's nothing unique about the offense. They don't have enough explosive plays downfield, and they can't get over those teams that could game plan for them and that have that extra juice in the back pocket, So the Saints, they're in the market for Jadeveon Clowney as well. As at the time of recording this video, they don't have him. So this actually could change a little bit, but still the question for they definitely can. They can go another team. They can go to the NFC Championship game, and they can go to the Super Bowl. I have them under Super Bowl contender. But winning that many games in the playoffs it's you kind of in the back of your mind. Again, I have them under contender. Kind of in the back of your mind, you kind of maybe doubt them a little bit, but I have them under Super Bowl contender, so I'm not saying they can't do it. So people will take that the wrong way for other teams as well. The Giants, we're going to go no. The Jets, we're going to go no. The Eagles, I don't know what to do with the Eagles. It's a team like, I think the Vikings, it's weird. I think the Vikings have a better shot to make the playoffs than the Eagles. Way less injuries. I think way more complete across the board. But the Eagles have those major impact players, and then Doug Peterson, who has I'm going to put him on our contender for those reasons. Because they can miss the playoffs, but they also, if they're in the playoffs, they will contend. Injuries is the concern here. I'll put them there, though. Steelers, they're right there with the Vikings. Really, really good team. They can make a playoff run. Can they stay consistent? Can they stay healthy to make it, win that many playoff games and get to the Super Bowl? It's a team that I think the AFC Championship game is very realistic, but there is a big gap from AFC Championship to the Super Bowl. So that's why I put them there. Big gap, I think, there. Niners, I'm not gonna call them elite. It's tough to, and they're gonna be towards the top here, wherever it may be. Don't mind the order, just these three teams at the top. Very complete to injuries. Maybe the injuries is weighing it down from elite Super Bowl contender. It's tough to get back there. Garoppolo has to step up. He has to improve because teams will game plan for him and they'll start to turn him over. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. He just has to step up a little bit to continue to go on. Just like the other great quarterbacks that continue to make the runs, get back, they've stepped up. That's what separates the men from the boys there. I'll put the Niners there. If they were healthier, if I can trust them to stay healthier, I'd put them back there. But they are a Super Bowl contender. People will take this wrong. I can already feel it coming. Seahawks, another tough one. I'm going to put them up here. It's borderline. I'm going to put them up here. Edge rush is scaring me a little bit, but they'll get pressure. They'll find ways to get it. They had Jamal Adams. That's big time for their defense. They have Russell Wilson. Last year, I think they were an elite Super Bowl contender, and they were missing key players to stop them from getting there. Guys like Chris Carson. I'll put them there. They're not on the same level as the Ravens, Chiefs, in terms of contention. The Buccaneers. Oh, this is so tough. This roster tells me here, but they have to overcome some things. They have to click. I'm going to put him here. It starts with quarterback. Teams that get the new quarterback, it's tough to get things going right away, but because they have to learn a new offense. Tom Brady is the offense. The offense goes with Tom Brady. This is a very talented team. They're kind of on the lower end of this because I guess a lot has to happen. New faces got to click, get going together, and they have to get hot, and they have to, with the new faces, it's very doable. The way I'm saying it, it just sounds. It's a very good roster there. The Titans were put under contender. They made it the AFC Championship game last year, and then they have a very complete team. They have some impact players in good spots. Washington, I'm gonna say no. It's a sneaky team that could be good because their defense and their offense could be better than expected, a little better than expected. But next level to make it to the Super Bowl. So. Yeah, a lot of tough ones here. Seahawks were borderline. Buccaneers were borderline. The Cowboys were borderline going up. The Niners borderline going up. The Saints borderline going up. The Bills, Packers, Texans are pretty much in the same boat. And the Titans, they're all in the same boat. The Eagles are... That's the interesting thing. Quarterback is a major factor in this because only certain quarterbacks can... I guess anybody can make it there, but winning it to the next level. Teams like the Texans versus the Titans in the same division. Titans, I think, have a better roster. Plain and simple. They got a better team. Texans got Deshaun Watson, though. And that could be the difference when it comes down to this. Borderline Vikings, Steelers are borderline bump up. Not much else there. Yeah, I wouldn't really change much else. Interesting stuff here. I enjoyed doing these. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Everyone will change something. Somebody will take something the wrong way. It's part of the game here. That's all right. Please follow the Twitter for all kinds of NFL content. We have NFL content in here throughout the whole year. We have you covered fully. So please subscribe. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Turn notifications on. Appreciate everyone for being here, for all the support. That's going to do it for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.